Alright guys, I got something a little bit unusual in the mail today. I got tubed on YouTube. It is a PVC pipe that's sealed on one end. It's about 18 inches long, and on the other end is a lock, which I will show you in just a moment. Pretty unusual, and the locking bar obviously extends through the tube. So let me read you the letter. This is from Daniel Hunziker. He says, I noticed you respond well to shiny locks and chocolate. Yes, it's inside of there. So I've sent you some fine Australian chocolate. That is Australian, not Austrian. So this is the one with the kangaroos. So Australian chocolate, which is protected by a nice shiny Assa SCD. I may have to take a hacksaw to get that chocolate. The lock itself is used to give tradesmen after-hours access to buildings. The tradesmen have a master key for this lock, and the building keys are inside a steel pipe that gets concreted into a wall. For obvious reasons, this one has been rekeyed, and the sidebar pins removed. And there they are, right there. He sent a little Ziploc bag. Thank goodness. Otherwise, we'd never, at least I would never have a chance to even get into it. Now, please, please, pick some more of my locks. Daniel has sent a lot of locks to the LockLab, and they are all living inside of the naughty bucket. And this one might very well end up there as well. If you take a look at this keyway, if we can get that to focus, you notice we got a nice little zig and zag there, a little paracentric to play with. So if we got any deep cut ones, I better pray I can get a 15,000 pick up inside of there. All right, this is very awkward I can't hold it in my hand, I don't think. I'm gonna have to find a way to clamp this up and see if we can get this pick, because it's almost lunchtime. I need that Australian chocolate. Well guys, I actually had to put this up on a box, so it gave me enough clearance for that tube. That tube is just so long, it's kind of awkward. It really wasn't given a decent angle to access the keyway, but I think we got this. It's not real sturdy because of the length and weight of the tube. You almost need two vices, but it's the best I can do. All right, I'm going to try top of the keyway. These are from the Mad Bob's kit. This is the 44,000th one. Well, I thought it would fit. It looked like it would fit, but I guess not. All right, let's try the red, white, and blue. White is 36,000th, and that works. It's a little floppy in there, but I think that'll work. All right, what I'm going to try to do, I'm going to try to pick it, let's see, counterclockwise. And right up front, I'll tell you, I'm going to try to get lucky. I'm going to go ahead and just use, this is the 15,000th Bogota. This is from Sparrows, I believe. It will fit through that warding, but it does seem to drag a little bit. It gets caught. It's really at an odd angle. So I'm going to have to really kind of use wrap my whole paw around it. All right, light tension, and then I'm just going to try to rake up, hopefully a fault set. Man, this thing's really bouncing. I've got it as tight as it'll go. It's just that the tail on that pipe is so heavy. It's so long. All right, we are definitely getting snagged up in there. That warding is quite difficult. And I'm not getting anything. I'm getting nothing. All right, let's just try. Well, tell you what, before we do that, let's try to pick it clockwise. See if we can rake something up clockwise. I'm really just hoping for a fault set, something to get me started. Stuck. Huh. This thing is tight. I almost need a 10,000th rake. Get up in there. All right, give it up, Bill. Assas are not going to be raked. All right, I'm going to go with this is the 15,000th from the Praxis kit. If I can find oh, that was pin 5. I got a click off him. I didn't feel any big turn, though. So I might have just overset him, particularly if Daniel threaded some stuff for us. I feel like, I'm on pin 1, I feel like there's the tiny bit of counter rotation there. All right, that was a good click, but again, I got no turn, and it didn't feel like a spool broke there. I mean, broke the shear line. Okay, that was 4. I got a tiny click on him. I'm looking for feedback of any kind. And it feels like that guy is set. Oh, I got a tiny click on 5, and I did feel a slight give on the core that time. I think 3 is completely set. I think 2 is also completely set. And pin 1 is hiding behind the tensioner there, and nothing, guy. Oh, yes! Oh, yes! I can't believe it! All right, I will take it. I don't know which pin I touched last. I was really about to give up, to be honest with you. These Assas are not my strong point. All right, we do have an open, and when it turned, that little actuator retracted inside of the tube. So hopefully we can get the chocolate. Let me take that tensioner out of there. I may have to get a tool on it, like a screwdriver, to pry this thing out. All right, I'm going to try to keep this in frame. My God, that's a long cylinder. Ah, I was wondering, this is an awful long tube, and I was wondering how you were going to get the key out of the bottom of it. There you go. I thought maybe you have to get a pole with a magnet on it or something. All right, let me first zoom this out. If it is zoomed, I don't think it is. All right, we're cool. Let me move this big box and the tube off. All right, give me some more room to work here. All right, let's take a look at this dude. All right, there are some grub screws there. Looks like a 6-pinner. This is really a tough lock. Heavy steel. You notice right there we have an anti-drill on both sides of the stack of pins. There's an anti-drill. There's an anti-drill. I don't know. These are probably the anti-drills that Daniel put into the bag. It's probably these two, or maybe these two actually go in the front. I don't know. But anyway, he said we're going to have to gut it from the top, and we'll do that. I thought there would be a plate, but it looks like we're going to have to use some Allen screws. And let's get this guy up here like so. All right. Wrong size, Bill. All right, I got a 1/16. I'm going to try to keep it semi-organized here, guys. Well, I said I would. All right, we have, of course, the spring. We have an Assa nasty spool. Wow. I can't believe we got by that so quickly, if they're all like that. All right, that key pin is not cooperating. He's not coming out of there. We'll have to try again later. He's still down in there, I believe. Ah, he's not going to come out. What am I thinking? The core's turned. We'll have to gut him to get those guys out. All right, let's get this next guy. Can you tell I'm excited about having gotten it open? I can't believe it. This one's a little boogered up. The Allen one doesn't want to go in there. It could be because these are metric and I'm using a SAE. I don't know, but okay, again, we got another Assa. Getting my weightlifting in today, holding this lock up. This thing is heavy. I don't think you're going to drill this, even if you have a good drill. All right, pin 3. There's your spring and another one of the Assa pins. Bet they're all like that. That's why when I was getting counter rotation, it was so light. Those little guys don't like to give up anything. Again, having trouble getting this 1/16. I think without a doubt these are probably metric, and I'm forcing it with these. All right, I am going to grab. I know you guys like seeing me work with tools, but I just can't get that into the top of that Allen screw. It is already boogered up. I didn't do it, but I may do it. All right, let's try the other end. No. Yeah, he's just completely rotating around in there. He's in there, but... All right, we'll come back to him. Let's go ahead and jump to pin 5. Okay, he works. Kind of. Kind of gritty. He's coming, though. I'm so happy you guys are patient. Come on. There we go. That's the big spool we were looking for. All right, and number 6. And then we got to come back and get number 4. Oops. Shoot, he seems to be boogered up too. This will teach me. I need to keep SAE and metric lying around. Number 6 is nothing in there other than a plug, or if it's in there, it's not coming out. All right. Put him right there. We'll have to come back. Let's get number 4 now. Now that I have a little bit of... Jeez, Bill. It's just rotating around inside of there, guys. That thing is stripped. I'm going to leave this in camera, and I'll have to use fast forward. I'm going to go try to find and ease out. That thing is stripped out. All right, that got it. Yeah, the whole top of that screw was screwed out. I was stripped out. And we have one caught in the web of my hand. Another one of these spools. All right, so he goes here, he goes there, and I drop the screw right there. All right, let's pull these key pins. Now in the instructions, this is when the 6 will probably fall out. In the instructions, Daniel said I have to pull out a grub screw, so it's not there. Not there. It's always the last choice. You ever notice that? Okay, that'll should hold the core in. And come on. Come on. Okay, there's a sidebar, but it was not active. I see there is a key pin in 6, but nothing fell out of 6. Nothing. There's nothing in there. I'm looking down. Well, we'll look at it in a minute, but I'm looking down. I can see daylight through number 6. So what am I saying? There's only 5 pins here. 2, 3, yeah, it's only 5 here, so forget number 6. That's an empty chamber. There's our sidebar, but it was not active because the side pins were not in it. So it was able to compress when I rotated the core and under those tension from those 2 springs right there. I am seeing. Let's go ahead and pull these guys out. Standard. 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 Standard, and the last one also standard. I thought I saw some threading there, but I am absolutely wrong. There's nothing there, guys. And even if there was, there's nothing on the pins that would have caught it other than those top pins. So I have to say this I didn't think it would be quite so easy to get inside of here, but I think because there were only 5 pins, and when I raked it, I probably got a little bit lucky, which is really unusual when you are fighting these Assa pins, I have to say. So again, I have to replay this to check myself. I only recall picking about 4 of those pins. So I must have gotten lucky, probably on this guy, and at least 1 or maybe even 2 of the other 5. So luck does play a part. So anyway, let's talk about the important stuff. Again, there's nothing in chamber 6 here. There was a plug, but nothing because there's no hole in the core. The important thing, where'd that tube go? Let's get at the Australian chocolate. That, my friends, is a motivation. Anyway, Daniel, thank you, sir, for the lock. I'm sorry I kind of screwed up the gutting here. I never gutted one before. Didn't know what to expect when I got into it. I need to start keeping some metric Allen wrenches around as well as the SAE ones. Anyway, fellas, thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Stay safe. Stay legal.